Hello and welcome to On New Paltz. I'm Emma Phillips.
And I'm Jessica Clary. Here are today's top stories.
In international news, Malaysian officials say planes have checked the site where Chinese satellite images show possible debris from the missing Malaysia Airlines jetliner, but nothing was found. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that U.S. investigators believe the plane may have flown for 4 hours once it lost contact with air traffic controllers. The plane disappeared Saturday while flying from Malaysia to Beijing.
Last Sunday, during a sermon, Pope Francis suffered a slip of the tongue and dropped the Italian F-bomb. The Pope muttered "caso," the Italian version of the dirty word, when he meant to say caso, which means chance or fate. Though he corrected himself without comment, Pope Francis has since then taken the internet by storm.
Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro is calling on the National Guard to search the central city of Valencia for those responsible for a day of violence that left 3 dead. Communications Minister Delcy Rodriguez sent a Twitter message Thursday saying Maduro decided during a meeting with his security cabinet to step up security actions in areas where violence has erupted. A university student, a man painting his home, and a National Guard captain were shot dead Wednesday in Valencia.
In national news, rescue workers using the thermal detection gear and cadaver dogs searched the rubble for victims of a gas explosion that killed at least 7 people, as investigators try to zero in on the source of the leak and whether it had anything to do with New York City's aging 19th century network of gas and water mains. Fire and utility officials say that if the buildings were plagued in recent weeks by gas leaks, as some tenants insist, they have no evidence anyone reported it.
Kentucky Senator Ron Paul has won the Conservative Political Action Conference's presidential preference poll. The overwhelming win is purely symbolic, but reflects the Republican senator's popularity among conservatives who typically hold outside influence in the GOP's presidential selection process. Paul captured 31% of the vote. He won the poll last year as well.
A magnitude 4.4 earthquake has struck a rural area in central California. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake struck at 7:11 p.m. local time, about 34 miles south of the community of Lone Pine, near the south end of Sequoia National Forest. The USGS says it doesn't expect damage in the area that is not very populated. Authorities in Inyo County said there have been no reports of injuries. Stay tuned for entertainment news.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I'm Dominique Bartolo. This week in entertainment news, President Barack Obama is hamming it up online to promote his health care plan. Obama joked Tuesday with comedian Zach Galifianakis, including poking fun at the poorly reviewed Hangover Part 3. During an interview on the website Funny or Die, Galifianakis typically poses awkward questions to celebrity guests appearing on Between Two Ferns, and Obama was no exception. After being asked how it felt to be the last black president and about the false notion that he was born in Kenya, the president pitched sign-ups for health care by the March 31st deadline. Jeopardy champ Arthur Chu, who won big money while taking heat for his renegade style, has been defeated. Chu finished in 3rd place with $0 on Wednesday's edition of the syndicated quiz show. He had reigned for 12 days. He applied a mad genius approach to Jeopardy brinkmanship. He ditched a time-honored practice of polishing off each category's questions one by one. Instead, he took a hopscotch approach to his category choices, which tended to keep his opponents off kilter. Finally, a lawyer wants Justin Bieber to return to South Florida so he can ask more questions about the pop singer's ex-girlfriend, Selena Gomez, as part of a photographer's lawsuit against Bieber and his bodyguard. Attorney Mark Dakotan says in the motion filed Tuesday that Bieber's attorneys wrongly prevented him from asking about Gomez during a March 6 deposition. Dakotan says the actress and singer was at previous altercations between Bieber and photographers. Stay tuned for sports news.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
I'm Jeff Harris. Here's your sports news for this week. It's about a month until the NBA playoffs start, so Miami has about that long to figure out how to get out of their late season funk. The Brooklyn Nets handed the Heat their 4th loss in their last 5 outings, earning a 96-95 victory on Miami's home court. Kobe Bryant's season is over. The Lakers report that he was examined by the team physician, who determined that the knee injury that has kept Bryant out of the lineup hasn't healed. Finally, the Knicks' Carmelo Anthony says he has heard that 11-time NBA champion coach Phil Jackson is coming on board in a leadership capacity with the club. Anthony made the comments to reporters on Boston. Jackson starred for the Knicks back in the 1970s before becoming a championship coach with the Bulls and Lakers.
I'm Emma Phillips. This week in local news. This week was the American Marketing Association's Puppy Bowl. Let's go to our reporters Ann Jacobs and Jessica Clary to learn more.
Hi, I'm Ann Jacobs.
And I'm Jessica Clary.
And we're here at the American Market Association's Puppy Bowl, anxiously awaiting the puppy's arrival.
Hey, Ann. Knock, knock.
Who's there? Puppies! Clearly you guys are very good at marketing because there are a ton of people here, so do you want to just tell us a little bit about the event?
Sure thing. This is a membership drive, so we just want to bring awareness to the AMA in general, and then also because we wanted to do an event with puppies, we decided to, everyone loves puppies, so we decided to involve the ASPCA, just bring awareness of what they do.
What exactly does the ASPCA do for people who don't know?
Well, we're actually the Ulster County SPCA. For those that don't know, we are separate from the ASPCA, which serves the 5 boroughs of New York City. We, on the other hand, operate as a private organization, just serving Ulster County. But our main goal is to provide temporary housing for the homeless animals in Ulster County and to prevent cruelty and neglect to those.
For more information on the American Marketing Association, check out their Facebook.
Or the ASPCA.org.
Thanks for watching. I'm Jessica Clary.
And I'm Ann Jacobs.
One of the most controversial topics on New Paltz's campus is the 2-strike drug policy, stating that if any student is caught with marijuana on campus more than once, they will likely be forced to leave school. Let's go to our reporter, Naya Libonia, to learn more.
I'm here at the Student Union building to ask my fellow students about their opinion on the second strike policy. Now, the second strike policy on this campus is if you get caught a second time with marijuana, you are permanently expelled. How do you feel about this kind of policy at this school?
I feel that with the reputation of the town being a college campus, students coming from other places should try to keep their profile as low as possible.
To be caught smoking a bowl twice and to be kicked out of school and expelled, you know, that has consequences for the rest of your life. You know, being expelled obviously doesn't necessarily go on your transcript should you decide to appeal, not to appeal, but I just think that it's ridiculous.
Getting expelled, I think you should have realized it the first time you got caught, and maybe you should have been at least safer about it.
Well, there you have it, the student body's opinion. No matter what your opinion is on marijuana, it's obvious that many people feel very strongly about this, whether its policy is too harsh or too lenient.
Finally, this week is spring break. WNPC-TV reminds you to stay safe but have fun.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
That's all for this week. I'm Emma Phillips.
And I'm Jessica Clary. Thanks for tuning in.